Live from inside Porsche, Colorado Springs, it's the First Dibs podcast with our hosts, John Deisty and Justin Underwood. Buckle up and let's go for a ride.
Whew. Welcome back to the hottest showroom on the planet.
No doubt.
Seriously. I think we turned down the heat for like overnights and then just forgot.
Right.
Because, this is warm. First Dibs podcast live inside Porsche, Colorado Springs. I'm John. That's Justin. We're here with Jake and David. They will be going live later on the Whatnot app to show us how it's done. This is the future of automotive retail. We're hoping for quick one-swipe auctions to run through the whole inventory of the dealership in, I don't know, like 3 hours. That'd be pretty sweet. But thank you guys for coming.
Yeah. We're even birthing a show called Two Dudes and a Couch.
Yeah.
Two Dudes and a Cat.
Yeah.
Starring Jake and David.
I think it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us.
It's our pleasure. We appreciate you having us out.
So usually we start with business. There are kind of two things I think that are top of mind to me.
Okay.
They're both wingless GT3s, and they're both sitting right over there.
Yeah. Not in the shot.
Yeah.
At all.
No, but I can get up and I can put them in the shot.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy to do that. I'm going to try clipping on one of our new fancy lapel mics
Oh, nice.
to see if you guys can hear me. We did not test this prior to going live.
Yeah.
So if I'm not heard, then you guys just tell us what you see. That'll be the way to do it. So let's try to click this on. Fill some air.
Should have had Jake give you a demonstration on that.
Right, yeah.
What he uses.
Yeah, so David here, he does the Whatnot app as far as selling Hot Wheels die-cast. He's been doing it since April, I think is that what I remember correctly?
Yeah, just, it's about 7 months now.
Okay, and then Jake was selling on Whatnot, is that correct? And you were doing die-cast as well?
Yeah, I've been on Whatnot for over a year selling, and yeah.
Okay, and then but you've tapered off from selling on there, and now you're doing more of a YouTube thing that you guys are going to kind of pair up tonight, doing that after this show.
Yeah, so I sold a lot of cars, and that obviously takes a lot of work. David can vouch for that. You're selling the cars. For me, if I run a 3-hour show, packing for 6 hours. So it takes a lot of time, and the cars that we're selling are obviously collectibles. They're not your average, kitty car toys. So you have to take pride in the packing to make sure it gets there. So that was taking a lot of time. And then I had an idea to kick off a YouTube channel where I have a podcast, and that's how it all started. Is I wanted to have a diecast podcast. And so I kicked it off with one of my good friends who's also a YouTuber, Mike's Hobby Planet. He's a Hot Wheels YouTuber. And yeah, I've had some amazing guests on the podcast. And then I do hunting videos where I go to stores and look at Hot Wheels. I've started doing car content. I have a Mark III Golf that I paid $1,200 for. I was doing a budget challenge. So a lot of things going on the YouTube side. And so I've stepped away from the Whatnot. I still hang out with David and all the other boys on there. But yeah, focusing more on the YouTube. And that takes a lot of time. You film a 3-hour video, you're editing for a few weeks.
Yeah, right. John made his way over to this first car. John, are you ready?
Yep. Can you hear me?
No. Although, hey, let's try something. Try it again.
Now can you hear me?
No.
Nope.
Try it again.
I'm still here.
Yeah. No. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just gonna have to talk. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna pan over to you, John. All right. So John is sitting here at this beautiful paint to sample Gulf Orange GT3 Touring with a manual transmission. This was a custom ordered car by some of us truly here at Porsche Colorado Springs, and this is available. What a car.
Is that lava orange?
No, it's paint to sample Gulf Orange.
Gulf orange.
So like kind of like one of your cars.
We can just reverse it and put some blue on it.
That's right, that you would love to have, which would be pretty awesome. But yeah, no, so this car, because we're part of the First Dibs podcast, this car will not be online. It's not marketed to the masses out there. You just have to be aware of Porsche Colorado Springs and the people within it, especially John, myself, and others, and just to know. And then this one here that he's over, is that Arctic Gray, John?
Slate Green
Slate Gray Neo GT3 Touring with ceramics. I can see another beautiful car. This is also available. I don't really know how this car came to be. I think it was one of those that we do deals with Porsche Motorsports. As far as like we buy race cars from Porsche Motorsports, and we're able to get allocations from them because it's quite expensive for the dealership to participate with the motorsports program. And I have a feeling that this car is one of the byproducts of that. So thank you to Joe and those guys. This car here, I don't think we got to, I think we've mentioned this car, but it wasn't on the show last time. This is the 1511 914. This car is heavily based off of the 914. It's made over in the UK. A lot of people kind of put the two companies together as far as Singer Vehicle Design, and this 1511 company, because the body panels, with exception to a couple, they're all composite material, so extremely lightweight. They put it's a 987 GTS engine in there, but then it's converted from a 3.8 to a 4-liter engine. And I apologize, this is like a pre-production model, if you will. Showed up just the other day, so it's got to be cleaned up. This is what we're having our event on to the public on the 20th of this month. So there's going to be a Cars and Coffee event here at the dealership surrounding this, and the guys from the UK that are part of making these cars will be here to talk about it and be able to show people around. And so I don't know how many of these they're making. I've only been able to drive the car a couple hundred feet, and I can tell you firsthand, this thing rips. I mean, it is absolutely a monster.
And loud.
It is loud, yeah. I don't know what it weighs. I mean, it weighs nothing. It probably weighs less than an original 914. But it's cool. I mean, it's really, really neat. I think it's very well done, especially for being kind of the first one that they did. And being left-hand drive is actually kind of cool, especially coming from a car or from a company that's based in the UK. So we still, have a lot to learn about them. But anyway, this is going to be, it's here in the showroom now. I mean, obviously you can come by and take a look at it, but on the 20th, there will be more. And hopefully we'll have some very special 914s along with it to kind of just help show, some of their inspiration and where some of their design cues come from. But, wow, John, all three of those right in a row. That's pretty wild. Good job. So
if it doesn't work out here, John, we found your next.
Yeah, so we got to work on our wireless mic setup here, but John's making his way. So anyway, good work. And then, so David, you kind of told me your backstory with Whatnot a while ago. And I've probably retold that story a couple times, but as it's like a fish, story or whatever, sure. It changes a little bit each time. But can you tell us your background on the Whatnot app and how you came to be?
What is the app?
Yeah.
I think it's a good intro, because it seems like eBay in its infancy, right? Where it's a very, very fresh platform that I know. Thanks. I should probably say some things on the air. It's a new platform that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Well, it's actually not as new as you would think. eBay kind of missed the window for this live social shopping, TikTok and live social shopping and then Whatnot. I thought I read an article, I don't know if this is 100% true, that eBay actually tried to buy Whatnot for a large, large sum of money. And Whatnot said no. If you follow the likes of Gary Vee, he talks about live social shopping. He's been talking about it for about the last 2 years. Okay. He is a supporter and believes that this is the future. What this app allows you to do is you're creating a relationship with that seller. So, different than your traditional eBay selling, where you're just bidding and you could bid, in the bathroom or wherever you are and can win that item whenever. These are live 10, 15, 30-second auctions that happen every 10, 15 seconds. And you get to, some people put their face in front of the camera. I actually have a face for radio, so I stay behind the camera. And you have that interaction live with your customer, if you will, right? And Jake can speak to that as well. And this is not just diecast. You can buy. I believe it got started with Pokemon cards, sports cards, is what the start of Whatnot came. So you can buy cards, comics, books, clothing, sneakers. Sneakers is kind of the thing that pushed it over to the next level with some big guys there. And as I've become more familiar with Whatnot and started scrolling and so on, I've seen people that are selling live plants And the other day, I couldn't believe it, someone was actually in their pond, in their backyard, selling live koi fish.
Oh, wow.
So he had his camera on and was like, oh, this is Myrtle, and he's following it around, and people are live bidding, and this one particular fish went for like $96.
Wow.
Wow. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you ship a koi fish?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Steaks or fillets?
Stuffed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Stuff. So,
Holy
and that's
cow.
the beauty. And then, I came on to Whatnot. There's one particular person that got me into Whatnot just by scrolling. His name's Crazy 67, and he was the guy. His show is far more entertaining, like Jake's show. They're loud, they're fun, and the beauty of this live social shopping is you can make it what you want to make it. And some are loud, some are just business, and so on. And one thing that I try to do is be a little bit of both. I don't have the personality that Jake has, and you'll see that here throughout the interview. So.
Okay. Oh boy.
and Whatnot started for me. I collected since I was 16 years old, so back in the early 90s, and then moved across the country, started a business. Didn't have time as I was building a business to go Hot Wheel hunting, so I missed about a good 10, 15-year period. Well, I have a 14-year-old son who's now into it. So when we got on Whatnot, we're in the process of moving the next couple of years. My wife says, "Hey, why don't you clean out the basement?" I got on Whatnot and did this show, and I had the time of my life for this 2 hours. And it's now, it's gotten carried away. It's now gotten me back into the hobby to where my son is, we go out hunting, I want to say almost every single day, looking for Hot Wheels in stores. We're big buyers on Whatnot. How we met Jake was buying. And now it's just kind of rebirthed this entire hobby for me.
Wow.
So where it's, I don't want to use the word an addiction, but it's getting pretty close.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I know you've participated in it, and there's this the beauty, I think, of the live social. And correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, and Jake, you speak to it as well. And John, you've never participated.
I've watched. I just kind of like to sit in the corner and drink my beer.
The beauty of it versus eBay is all you're fighting is a clock against eBay, where when you're in Whatnot, you're with other people. So emotion comes in. There's no emotion in eBay except for, oh, geez, I just got to hope my bid lasts for this last 9 seconds. Where in Whatnot, it's back and forth, and you get to chat with the other bidders. And that makes it a lot of fun, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so the thing that's great about Whatnot is eBay has its place, and I know a lot of sellers, they'll use eBay for specific items, particularly higher end items. But the beauty of Whatnot is, again, you're live streaming, but you're not writing a description. You don't have to either figure it out in your head or go to ChatGPT. You throw it up there, you start the auction. You don't have to take pictures of it. It's live streaming, and you just throw it up. Depending on how you do it, you can set the price, or if you're like me, just dollar start the world, and whatever it goes for is what it goes for. And then so you can sell, there's been nights I've sold 500 items, whereas on eBay, you just are basically waiting for that item to come in. Now, eBay, you're probably going to get, higher prices because people are specifically looking for that item. But yeah, and then there's the community aspect of it, specifically for diecast. I think the diecast community on Whatnot is the best diecast community. They're all super supportive, which hopefully we'll see tonight. And then on top of that, there's Facebook and Reddit and all these other communities, but the Whatnot community for diecast specifically is super strong.
I like the community. So there was one of the shows. I wasn't paying too much attention as far as, and I'm bidding, right? Because I'm excited at first. I'm like, what, $3? Like cool, and I'm going. Anyway, during one of the shows is I think a guy, somebody bought a car, and then it was supposed to be kind of paired with another car, and so the second one that was coming, intentionally, the person that bought the previous car was supposed to buy it, right? And anyway, and I jump in, boom, and I bid on it, and the other person must have like fallen asleep, just not paying attention, right? And David calls out, he's like, whoa, he's like, you're not, like, these aren't supposed to be split up, like you lost, these are going to different homes, and people are chatting like, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Anyway, because I have the chat aspect, I said, oh man, can I donate my car right? Can I donate that to whoever the person was? And then David's, he's reading, he's paying attention to the comments. He's like, you absolutely can if you want to do that. I said, yeah, please do. And so David, he's like, you know what? I know what you like. I'm going to kick in a car to replace that. So, I still got something, out of the deal. And hopefully, the other guy was like, oh man, that's cool. It's paying it forward.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I didn't mean to break up a family, and I this accidentally did. But the community side of it, because people were like, yeah, that's awesome.
And then, to Jake's point, I think it's not only the community amongst sellers. There is a huge community amongst sellers and buyers and buyers and buyers. And that's the beauty. It's like this full circle community. And, I agree with Jake, though. The diecast community really takes care of one another, more than that pay it forward. I'll go into shows and buy 20 cars and not get one shipped to my house. I'll pay them all forward. Just, out of, people that have been kind enough to visit, my show. And, like I said, when I started this, I did all this to not only clean out the basement, was to buy golf clubs. And I've now sold a little under 12,000 cars in 7 months.
Wow.
Running once a week.
Wow.
Because there are people that go every single day, and it's just, my life is not as busy as Jake's with all the extracurricular and stuff that he's doing. But I don't want to take the fun out of it. If I'm doing it 5, 6, 7 days a week, it becomes a job, and I don't want this to be a job. This is... my heart will start to flutter here in about 30 minutes, getting ready to go live. I'm like a little kid, starting their first baseball game, if you will. I truly love it.
So I think we can stream from my app out on our podcast while you're going live initially. So people will be able to watch it live. If they want to download the app, it's called Whatnot.
Black square, yellow W.
Yep. And then what is your channel name?
EOS, EOS, Andy, ANDY, the number 1.
And where does that come from?
Funny story is back when I was working, when I grew up in upstate New York, I got a job in California with a company called EOS. Well, only my immediate supervisor knew I was putting in my notice. So whenever he was kind of like pissed off at me, he'd be like, EOS Andy, because he was going to let the cat out of the bag to the boss. And it has stuck with me. So it just carried on. And normally it's just EOS Andy, but I don't know how or why someone had that handle, or is that what it's called? Username, whatever we call them. So I had to put a 1 after it.
Oh, wow.
That's where that comes from.
Cool. So that's in our chat on YouTube if you want to watch or bid on some stuff. So work on downloading it now so you can be part of the community.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And all Porsche tonight. I do run theme shows. You got the Mopar guys, the Chevy guys, just Camaro guys. Of course, JDM amongst the younger generation is huge. I.e. my son who's here helping us tonight. Obviously, the JDM community is huge in that. Volkswagen, I kind of run in theme. So tonight is an all Porsche show. There is a lot of love for Porsche diecast. Not just here. I mean, it's all over the world.
I had no idea how much crazy. So John and his son Lewis. I mean, you guys are into diecast,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. That's how Lewis got so into cars. We'd be at King Super, and the rule was if he knew what it was called, we would buy it for him, and it couldn't be like the toilet seat
Gotta go
thing. Yeah, we didn't need that one, but it had to be a real car. So he knew Pagani and Koenigsegg early. It probably is when I started here by 4, he knew those names. So
And same with my son, and I'm sure Jake. I got the privilege of meeting your sons the other day, and beautiful kids, by the way. Just FYI.
They were awesome.
It's his
I loved how they
it's
were
his
holding
birthday
like,
today.
their cookies and their Gatorade. They're
Yes. And they didn't even want that particular cookie, but that's here nor there. That's the beauty. I think all of us in our life probably had a die-cast toy because, back then, they were 79 cents. They've gone up for $1 over the last 30 years. And the beauty of die-cast is you don't have to be a crazy collector. I think Landon and I are 15,000-ish cars. You can build a dream garage for $40.
right.
Right. So all these cars that are in the background, this wingless GT, I've just picked up one driving down here for $1.25.
Yep.
And I can build my dream garage for, couple $20 bill.
Right.
And that's the beauty of diecast in general. Now, of course, there's quality and, you can buy $1,000 diecast. You know, Jake was telling us that he was fortunate enough to interview the gentleman that owns the $1 million Hot Wheel, which is crazy in itself.
Right.
But I think that's the beauty of diecast. And, you know, one of the things, and, you know, Jake's very, very giving. He's trying to do something. We won't talk about it because he's kind of getting, you know, he hasn't got response yet. But one of the things that I do with my son is we keep cars in the back of my car at all times. And we've all been in the store where a kid is asking for a toy and the mom or dad says no for whatever reason, whether it's, you know, whether it's financial or whatever. When I see that person, we run back to the car and we go and give that Hot Wheel away.
That's pretty cool.
We tried to do it during COVID, but then you know, you can't touch anything. So we had to kind of put that on hold, and we still do that today.
Wow, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yep. I see John and Nancy actually give away a lot of diecast cars because
It's becoming more popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are giving them out for Halloween. I mean, that's a big thing where people are giving out Hot Wheels now for Halloween instead of candy. Not every kid needs to bring, you know,
Yeah, that's
37 Snickers home.
That's a better idea.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my card stapled to it.
Yeah, there you go.
we got some of that stuff this year. We got a couple flyers from realtors, and something else. I don't remember what, but yeah.
I walked into Belco Credit Union this fall, and they were handing out Hot Wheels with the loan officer card stapled to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is for auto loans. They were running an auto loan promotion. It's funny, they had a Porsche, so I was like, oh, I'm interested in a loan just so I could take their card off and open it up.
That's pretty
That's
awesome.
a rare piece.
Rare piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the $1 million? What is that?
Yeah, so Bruce Pascal, he's been on Pawn Stars. He's really well known in the community. He collects all there's kind of eras of Hot Wheels. Red Line Club, or the Red Lines, is like the OG Hot Wheels when Hot Wheels started. Well, he has a prototype. Some say there's one, some say there's two, but a prototype Volkswagen Beach Bomb, like Volkswagen bus, in pink. And on Pawn Stars, they offered 150,000 or something. And we talked about that on my podcast with him. And then right after my podcast, he got it appraised, and they appraised it at $1 million. And he said he wouldn't sell it for less than $1 million. So I guess he kind of sets the price on that. But yeah, it's a prototype. It's what he does is he goes to a lot of old retired employees, and they have just random stuff laying around. He said one guy had like a wooden model. He's like, hey, I'll take that. And so he came across this legitimate prototype pink Beach Bomb, and it's one of the rarest cars in the world, and it's worth $1 million. So maybe he'll come in and trade it for a Porsche. Who knows?
Yeah. That guy's,
right.
That guy's
A
doing
wingless
pretty good.
orange and a wingless gray right there.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
How well would you have to be doing to not sell a Hot Wheel for $1 million?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he does well, Jake, for a living.
I think his collection's over a few million. So
Yeah.
I'm selling it right now.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you guys have that in real life here too. So I mean, it's all relative, right? Whether it's $1 million Hot Wheel, you guys have clients that have $1 million cars and won't sell them.
Yeah. Right.
No, we live it. Yeah. No, I guess I don't live it, but we live
You
around.
experience
Yeah,
it.
we
You
live
experience it.
exactly.
Yeah, we
live
get to
around
experience it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yep.
Oh, hey, Bearded Customs.
Yeah.
300 plus VHS tapes. It could be sold on there.
Are they home movies or are they?
Yeah. What kind of VHS tapes?
I'm sure there's a market for it.
Hopefully
That's
you've
probably.
got a VHS player.
Are they from Dallas? I got a feeling these VHS tapes are from Dallas.
I think so. Jeez.
Her name might be Debbie. Just saying.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But yeah, I think I'm sure you can. Right? I don't know. Find a community for VHS tapes. Right?
I'm convinced one of my favorite comedians, Sebastian Maniscalco, talks. There is a group for everything.
Yeah.
You just got to find it, and before you know it, you're at the airport Hilton dressed up as a baby, with 40 other people that want to dress up as a baby.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a VHS community. Right. We'll get Jake on the job.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you digitize them first.
Actually, we'll put our first show, Jake, Two Dudes in a Couch on VHS.
That should make a comeback.
There we go.
Yeah.
It won't sell.
Right. We'll be giving those away.
Yeah.
On Whatnot, of course.
Whatnot. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty fun.
That's something we didn't talk about either. Not only do the bidding right on Whatnot is unlike eBay, you can do live giveaways. So both Jake and I, we do giveaways every 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you're giving away something. Which not only are they getting something, whether it's some people just cheap out sometimes with a sticker, some do a car. Tonight we're doing shirts and all sorts of stuff. But it also helps with discounted shipping because we, as the seller, we will eat some of that cost. So now that person can have discounted shipping, which is just another cool feature compared to eBay. And not knocking eBay. I've been on eBay for, 25 years and won something today. It's just a different, way of buying. But I do think it's future, especially for, I have a 14-year-old son and, they don't like going into the store and talking to a human.
Right.
And figuring out how much it costs or how much it is and so on when they can just do this virtually. And whether they want to be involved in the chat or not be involved in the chat, they can so choose. One of my largest customers says very little to nothing inside the chat. But he enjoys the show. I always check in with him after and so be it. So I do think the younger generation, this is going to be the future of shopping, especially as malls continue to just decrease.
Right. Yeah. What's the Mall of America going to become? He's from Minnesota.
I think it's still pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's kind of an anomaly.
It's like
isn't it?
yeah, exactly. You got to go over
I had
the top.
probably the best PB&J sandwich I've ever had in my life came from there.
Wow.
Wait a minute, you were out in public and bought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
They
That's
also
what
had
the restaurant was. It was a peanut butter and jelly restaurant.
they also had a cereal restaurant
Yeah, it was
in the
amazing.
food court.
That I heard is pretty.
Yeah.
They were doing that on college campuses. Peanut butter and jelly.
Cereal bar.
Thought that's what you ate when you were broke.
I gotta admit, I do love. What's your jelly?
Anything but grape.
Yeah, I'm not a grape.
Okay.
I actually like raspberry.
Amen.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
With
Seeds.
with the strawberries.
it's
the one that comes with like the
Preserve. It's called preserve.
pink, the white, pink, and red top.
that's-
Smuckers.
No,
that's the
Bonnie
fancy.
somebody. I think that stuff's the jam.
Jake and I don't have Porsche money. Apparently, we
I do need.
we get Smuckers.
but I
Smuckers is great.
I do need
Smuckers
chunky-
all fruit.
I need chunky peanut
Chunky
butter.
peanut butter. Okay.
Hard to find, but it wrecks the bread. When you spread it, the peanuts wreck the bread.
This
It's not toasted.
this is the first show for 2 Men on a Couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Our first subject, Jake. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I heard erect.
No, I
It
didn't
erects
say
the,
red.
it
Wrecked.
erects the bread. Yes.
I didn't. I said Rex.
All right. So
Bring
we
up Debbie, and all
have
of a sudden,
you got a lot of inventory out, and it looks like you picked some kind of pieces to talk about. Maybe before everything starts.
yeah. So what we, there's different stages, and Jake's a lot more knowledgeable on this subject, but we'll do it together. But there's different stages of diecast within Matchbox and Hot Wheels. So what we did was kind of bring an array, starting from something that any single person here listening, whether they're overseas or here, can go into their grocery store, toy store, the Walmarts of the world, wherever they are, what they're called, and buy a car right off the shelf for around that $1-ish, $2-ish price. And are there some worth more? Absolutely, but it's just your traditional. It's what's called a main line. So we brought one of each, both a Matchbox and a Hot Wheels, called a main line. Of course, everything is Porsche. They're both made. A lot of people don't realize this. They're both made by the same company.
Really?
They are, I believe, in the same factory. Yeah, Jake.
I don't know about same factory. I would assume so, but yeah, Mattel is the parent company, and they own both Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Like for example, Michael Geraldo was a Hot Wheels designer, and then went to Matchbox, and so it's the same thing. The difference is between the two is Matchbox has tried to stay tried and true to the details. It's not wild. It's cars you see, whereas Hot Wheels is that loud, that crazy graphic, the big wheels. What makes Hot Wheels, and what makes us love it. So.
I did not know that.
Yep. And I'll agree with Jake. The detail, like for example, we brought a Targa GTS in Matchbox, and then the 930 convertible in Hot Wheel. Until Jake's point, the Matchbox, in my opinion, is much more detailed. And then how Mattel does a great job of sucking us collectors in is they'll do things like, for example, in this 3-pack we brought, is there's a Porsche in the center where you cannot get in what's called a main line, what John is showing now. You can not quite again. So
We got to pick up your phone, John.
yeah, so we can't do microphone, we can't do camera. Jake, aren't you glad you carved this out of your Friday night?
Oh man.
No. So what they'll do is put different color variation, wheel variations inside 3-packs, 10 packs, 20 packs. So we as collectors will go out and, buy this 3-pack, even though these other, I don't even know what the hell these cars are. They're what's called fantasy cars.
Trash.
And I spent $4 on this just to get this GT3 RS because it's not going to come out in a mainline package. This is the only way I can get this. There we go. The only way I can get this is by buying that 3-pack to get that
Wow.
green colored car.
Oh, very cool.
So, and they're notorious for doing this. And again, this is not just Porsche. They do it to the Vet guys. They do it to the Challenger guys. They do it to the, you name the car, they do it. The Silverado, which is, one of the big cars right now in the diecast world is the '83 Silverado. There's not a show goes by, I'm sure Jake can attest, that someone doesn't come into your room and ask for an '83 Silverado.
I hear that all the time.
All the time.
Showroom too, real car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they ask for an '83 Silverado day in and day out, and you can just never have enough of it.
And what's special about an '83 Silverado?
I have no idea.
It's a square body, and the prices have skyrocketed, especially on the older ones. Just
I've done quite well in that department.
through the roof on them right now.
But like do you know the reason why the price is skyrocketed on that specific truck?
No, I think everything ebbs and flows. So, and I think it's people coming up and kind of what they like. So you have the older generation, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but the muscle car guys, right? Those were in during, they get a job and they could start have a little extra spending money. They buy muscle car Hot Wheels. And then you've kind of seen it. The Datsun 510 came in, and I was a big Datsun 510 guy. And those have kind of started going down. Actually,
Fox bodies.
Fox bodies, and then the R34 came in, and then those have started going down. And right now, I think a lot. I'm a big JDM guy. That's kind of Hondas, Nissan. That's what I grew up liking. And now you have these younger kids that are all about the Euro. They're about the Porsche, and I think an aspect of that is the trucks too. And so I think they're getting a little bit of spending money, and they want a lot of people, and I'm like this too. I'm a completionist, so I want I find one car that I like, and then I just collect that one car. And so you have a lot of guys who come into the hobby. They're like, okay, well, I want to collect that '83. Well, now they got to go back and find all the previous ones released, and those aren't cheap, and they only keep going up because more people want them, and supply and demand.
Right.
Correct.
Even in the car business, like in the kind of some of the classic side that we do, I think there's a rule of like 35 is what I've tried to describe to people. And to your point, your upbringing on what was the cool car when you were, 10 to 16 years old. And so if you've got a car that fits somewhere that's 35 years old, older than that 10 to 16-year-old range, guys are looking for that. People are looking for that because yes, now they've got a little bit of money. Like this is, they're established in life now, and if they've got a little bit of extra cash they can spend, that's kind of what they look for. We've had stories about it, like never meet your heroes. People still want to try anyway, right? They go look for those cars. Yeah, I mean, like mid 80s, late 80s 911 turbos, are awesome cars because that's like a younger professional right now. That's that age group. And so now they're starting to spend some of their extra money on what they wanted, when they were that 16-year-old
And
kid.
I think as the hobbies grow, the completionists, like in our world, the 911 ST just came out. It's epic. They built 1,973 of them, or 64 of them. I don't remember. So if you have that and you want what came before it, you want a 911R. There's only 991 of those. And if you have that, then you want a 4-liter. Well, there's only 600 of those or 500 of those. And so as you go back in time with the Hot Wheels too, finding the nice one, finding one that's unwrapped or that's still wrapped, there's just less and less.
And condition, just like with real cars, card condition. Guys like myself threw them in totes as we moved across the country and became young professionals and into that. And then all of a sudden you go to open that tote. It's been in that tote for 25 years and you pull it out and the card's destroyed. Now they're called cardboard collectors. And then you have people that what they call crack them and open them up. I'm new to the opening them up because, I grew up poor. So it was, if it's worth 50 and if I open it, it's now worth 20. But that's one of the fun things about the hobby right now. And I know Jake does it as well. My son and I now started opening these, and it's amazing the quality, especially as you get into the higher price ones. When you start opening these, they're just built so much better than the traditional ones that we're all used to, at the cash register in the grocery store.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Because I watched your show the other night where, a guy spent $105 for it was a transporter with a RWB on the back of it. Spent $105 and then told David to open it.
It was very nerve-wracking.
Even this is something I've just been fascinated because I love supporting my friends and my clients, that kind of stuff. And it's addicting, to sit there and watch. And even for me, I'm like, really? Open it?
Yeah. So do you get like a heat gun and an X-Acto and just...
No, you call it Rip It. And, I will say I was very gentle with that car because I wanted to keep his card in good shape just in case there was anything. But, some guys, we've been in shows and they'll just rip it. And, that's the other beauty of Whatnot. They're not all... would you use the word professional? There are guys that throw cars, like smash cars, put them in jacks and devices and so on. And it's more than, I don't want anyone to think it's just shopping because it's not. It is, I don't watch much TV anymore. I will tune into Whatnot and watch various shows of anything, just different people selling, because how they go about that sale, i.e., you both are salesmen, that how they go about that is very unique because you have to bring your personality to that show because this isn't like eBay where your only competition, let's be honest, is price.
Right.
You have competition of personality. You have competition of how many people are in that room. You have competition of, what are you starting the car for? Like, I'm doing something new tonight. I'm still sweating. Not the fact that the dealership's 412 degrees.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Because like Jake said, he starts everything at $1. Well, I'm starting everything at $2 tonight. I've never done this. So this is new for me. And, my heart's beating right now because I'm going to go live here in 15 minutes. And I'm a little nervous, but it's about having fun. And that's what tonight's about. In my opinion, I brought 3 worlds together tonight. And that was worth it to me.
Yeah.
Have my son watching it, understand what business is like, understand what an entrepreneur is like, somebody that wants to do more in social like Jake is doing. I think that's what makes this special and why we're going to have fun. And for anyone that does tune in, adding Jake, he goes by Raging on Whatnot. His show is way different than mine. But I will tell you without hesitation, his show is way more entertaining.
So I want to add on a little bit to that because the way I describe Whatnot is it is live streaming and you can get tips too, right? The way I have
untaxed tips.
Well, yeah. There we go. But
so if David's accountant is listening to this,
as long as the IRS isn't listening,
right?
But I always looked at it like it's an entertainment platform that I happen to be selling on because you have to think about it. I'm live. David's live. 40 other dudes are live. Why is someone going to want to tune into my show over everyone else's? And I put that in 2 categories. There's entertainment and then what I'm running. Running cool stuff. People want to see cool stuff started at $1 and go for cheap. They love seeing sellers get killed there. And then the other thing is just pure entertainment. So.
I want a giveaway today.
Oh, wait, you were on Whatnot while you were at work?
So I was describing this. I was describing this because I've been talking about this show. Like I've been trying to promote this show a little bit.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And my buddy Josh that was down from Wyoming getting his Macan service today. Hopefully he was able to tune in tonight. Anyway, I was giving him examples and You know what you can always find on Whatnot is Invicta watches are being sold, right? 24 hours
He's
a day.
killing it.
So anyway, I click on. I'm like, here you go. There's 400 people watching this at 11:30 today or whatever. And so I'm like, check this out, dude. And and I think even John was in like hearing it, and the crazy level. Like there's music in the background, and the guys are go, and they're auctioning off like 1,000 watches, over the next hour and a half or something crazy like that. And then even John pipes up. He's like, Jesus Christ, just someone buy it. So he moves on, but it just keeps going, the whole time. Like, how do people do that much energy for that amount of time? It's just so crazy.
That's why Jake brought energy drinks again. I think you just touched on something, and the beauty of Whatnot as well is it's like going to a live car auction where you see the product, you can bid on the product. And, I was fortunate when I was young, I got to go to car auctions, and I was a big Prelude and Passport fan. And I remember overpaying for a Passport because emotion took over, and the product was right there in front of me. And to Jake, like Jake said earlier, is you get to see the car right there in front of you rather than I'm just looking at a freaking picture. And I think that's what really draws me, and I think it draws a lot of others. At any given time, even on a weeknight, you're talking about 1,000 diecast buyers on average. 800 to 1,000 diecast buyers on a Wednesday night.
Wow.
Obviously Friday, Saturday are the big ones, but on a Wednesday night. And the other beauty is it is predominantly U.S. based. So there are guys that can run at 11 o'clock. And they're in California, they still have plenty of viewers.
I think you had a guy on their show last night that was
From Germany.
Yeah, tuned in.
Can't ship to him, but he was in there, giving his 2 cents on the 190E. But
well, you mentioned Preludes. This Josh Gray. We like Civics.
oh, so yeah, Josh Gray. So Josh Gray is my customizer. So we didn't get there.
Nice.
So Josh Gray is the guy that does these customs. We can show one. Here's an example, John.
Wow.
Hopefully you can get the camera.
Man.
So this
How
is
do
a
I
whole
get my kid to listen like that?
Yeah, I know. He's good. It's like so Josh Gray
All right,
customizes
you got your phone
these.
ready?
I know.
Dicey?
Now this is a whole nother level of
No, of course you don't.
customization.
I'm busy doing other shit.
Or a whole nother level of die cast. So there are guys like Josh Gray, I don't have the skill set, who takes a vehicle apart and then does this to it. I don't have the car that this originally came from. However, we'll take it apart, lower it, put wheels on it, obviously turn this to the Gulf livery, obviously
Wow.
very common within Porsche. So here's an example of what the custom work looks like. And they take it's probably a $2 or $3, donor car, I guess, kind of to your 914 story that we were talking about. A $2 or $3, $4 donor car, and he'll retail that for $40, $50.
That's awesome.
But that's hours of work, guys.
Oh
It's,
yeah, no, it's crazy.
it's common to do what's called wheel swaps, where guys, that's about my skill set.
He's got to have some wicked good vision.
He's got some great vision, but he's got a good hand.
Right.
He is. Those are all water. They're called water slide decals. So they come on a sheet. And he's got to wet them, and he has to immediately move it over to the vehicle before it dries or basically disintegrates with tweezers. So unbelievable work. We'll be running some of his work this evening.
That's nuts.
It's nuts, yes. And his work is I've bought a few customs, and his work is fantastic.
Nice. I bought some.
You have quite a bit. That's why I didn't bring one tonight, because I knew you were going to get it, and it's staying on my dresser. It's actually in my office. But yes, so shout out to Josh Gray. He does a great job.
You have some others down there that Landon grabbed you to show?
Yeah, so along the main line, they have what Target and Walmart will do exclusive. So for example, here is the mainline car. I don't know if John's got his camera working.
I still do.
And then Target, obviously, play on their red bullseye. They do what's called a red edition. So they will take that same car, and then they will make it what's called red edition. They sometimes turn the wheels red. Maybe they'll turn the paint red. They'll do some sort of red accent. For the most part, they've done a couple without. And then they put that little tiny red tag that says red edition, and people like Jake and I will flock to the store because there's 2 per case? 4 per case.
4.
4 per case, and a case is 72 cars. So those are exclusive to Target. And then Walmart, of course, has to do the same thing. I didn't grab
It's a Smorsha.
It's So Walmart does one, and it's called Zamac. They use a raw paint. That's a Magnus Walker, and they use like a paintless. They call it raw, and that's what the Zamac is. Same thing, 4 per case. So those can only be gotten at Walmart or Target.
How does it get the Zamac name?
It stands for something.
It's how diecast is made. It's like zinc, aluminum. Like I don't know it all off the top of my head. But yeah.
But how do you and I'm sorry, I was watching that. How do you identify it being a Zamac?
So there'll be a tag on there. It'll say Zamac. It's like a little insignia, if you will. And then they'll always I don't know if they still put the year, but they used to put the year in there as well. So you see it up there on the right hand side of the car, right above the car on the right hand side. It's a little like badge. It says Zamac.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's how you can determine that.
Okay.
Now
I think the year's in there too, super small.
Yeah, it should be the year inside the badge.
2021.
Yes. Now that particular car that you're holding, Justin, is Magnus Walker. That is a Zamac. That's not really a normal Zamac. They put a lot of decals on that car. Normally they are a lot more simple. Obviously Magnus Walker and what he's done for I know some people like him and some people don't.
We love him here.
He's a friend of the store.
Yeah, listen,
Friend of the show.
I got to go on a ride with him. It was one of the best drives I've ever taken. So he's got quite a bit inside of the diecast community. So his car was a little bit more detailed than some of the normal. But I know he lives in Los Angeles, as most people know. So he goes to the factory or their headquarters, and does a lot of design work with them.
So if you pull this off the rack at the store, it costs how much?
Well, right now I think Walmart's $1.18, so $1.18.
And when
Plus
you
tax.
sell this tonight,
tax.
it'll sell for.
Well, it'll depend, but I mean that's probably now a $15-ish car, $20 car.
Wow.
But I've also been hanging on to it since what year?
2021.
2021. So I mean, yes, I guess it's all relative. I guess if I would have bought NVIDIA in 2021,
Right.
I'd have both of those wingless cars on a trailer. But, and then Matchbox had to get in on the action. They do not do. Well, I shouldn't say this. They do Walmart exclusives, but it's not as much. But this is their Target exclusive. And me personally, I think they do a better job than Hot Wheels. So all of the Matchbox exclusive are always red, which I really think plays into it.
The car is red.
The car is red, yes, for Matchbox. And you'll see just a tremendous difference. Now, again, to Jake's point, you'll see like you compare that to I'm sure you guys got one here. That you compare it, that's very realistic looking. That's a wheel you might see in the wild. You might see driving, down your local town or freeway or whatever. Where in Hot Wheels, I'm just going to go on a limb and say you're probably not used to seeing, you're not going to see those wheels.
Right.
And then you do fun things. Again, Justin just mentioned, I was privileged to meet Magnus Walker here at an event. And here's another one of his cars. And he was kind enough to, sign it.
Oh, we can still hear you.
Okay, sign it for me. That's weird when you don't hear yourself.
Yeah. That is a ton of detail. That's wild.
So yes, so the Matchbox, yeah. So the Matchbox is, in my opinion, and like Jake said, I think Matchbox really does a better job. I just wish they would do better cars. That's all. And then they continue to go up from there. Okay, so my son just waved. He already put me on the countdown. So
You got like 10 minutes, right?
I think I'm down to 5. He said. So
You got to get up early.
Oh, get up ready.
no, I got to get ready to go live. So.
Yeah.
And then they'll do fun things like this. So this is what's called the Hot Wheels Silver Series. So these retail for $396, I believe, at Walmart. These are Walmart exclusive. And this is called the Silver Series. So they this year they did this set called the National Icons. It was just a five-car set. And they did a 67 Porsche 911R. So this is the basic one. Again, $396 at your Walmart if you can find them. It's hard to get them with scalpers,
Right.
And then what they I don't know the year. They started a while back. It's got to be 6-7 years ago. With Chases.
No, just a couple years.
A couple years. Okay, so
23 maybe.
Okay, so in 23, what they'll do is insert what's called a chase.
Okay.
These are the sought after ones, and they come in various things. We brought some examples because, you know, some of these chases, which I did bring a 911, which is now up to what? It's got to be close to $500, $450. So here's the chase to that. And what they do is they do what's called a SpectraFlame paint. They do a metal base, and then they'll do a different wheel variation. So again, $396 at Walmart, and that's probably now a $25 car.
Wow.
Yeah, 25.
Maybe
Yeah.
even 30.
Hold them together so they can see the difference between them.
And you'll just see the paint difference. And again, there's only one of them per case, and I don't know the exacts. Mattel's they don't really tell you. You'll be lucky if there's one in 5, 6, 7, 8 cases. So very hard to find. And that's called a chase.
Huh.
And then they took chase to another level.
Am I picking up that Hot Wheels faces, like in the packaging, faces Hot Wheels and Matchbox face opposite directions? You know what I mean?
That is correct.
Yeah, so Hot Wheels faces right,
Yeah.
and most everyone else is going to face left.
Every other manufacturer.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right,
I mean,
from
there's
M2, Green Light, they all face that direction.
there's got to be a reason
Yeah,
for it.
I don't know anyone else that faces right.
Hot Wheel probably was going to blackball them all and say, no, we're facing right, and the rest of you can face left.
Right.
So then, real quick, before I have to run, this is what's called a premium car. Now, a premium car is different. These retail anywhere from $5.99 at Walmart or Target or the grocery store, up to some other ones that they might retail for $8. This is where you get a car that's typically a metal base, a metal body, and rubber tires. So for all the Porsche folks there, obviously Rexy and Roxy became very, very famous this year, and then the skeleton one. So this was Rexy. This came out last year. There's 2 in every case. Rexy kind of took off. Again, that was a car, if you were fortunate enough to find it in the store, you pay $6, $7 for it, you could probably turn around and sell it for 15. And I'm minutes after leaving the store. And then its partner, if you will, or called the Chase, was Roxy. Now, this is a car that is, again, 1 in a case, but very, very, very hard to find. And now this one has probably close to, I would say, what would you say, Jake, 400, 450?
400, yeah, it's slowly going up, and kind of like I alluded to earlier, the Skyline was the king for a while in the chase world. It was 450. That's starting to come down, and I think that's going to overtake it.
Wow.
And then just last, before I have to run, because this was, first of all, I can't thank you both enough for even allowing us to do this. This is what most Hot Wheels enthusiasts, and especially Porsche, they call this what's probably one of the top 10 holy grails. So this is the Redline Club. So Mattel does a club called Redline, so you have to subscribe to it. And then they used to do about once a week, once every other week, but now they're doing releases, it seems like every single day lately. But where they will limit them and they will number them. So this one, they only made 6,000 of this car. You have to get on the, you have to get on the website. You have to be a member. You have to try to get this. They're very, very difficult to do. This one here is about 6 or 7 years old now. Probably close to, what would you say, $1,000?
Wow.
Wow. And so very, very hard to find. Again, there's only 6,000 in the world. So that is something where that's not just here. So there's only 6,000 of those in the world. And I was fortunate enough to buy one at some ghetto gas station in Aurora. He met me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so back then, I had 2 newborns, or 2 youngsters, and that was $75 I paid the guy for it. And my wife went crazy, like, you paid $75 for a Hot Wheel? And I was like, honey, just look at this thing. It's art. And, I'm sure I slept on the couch that evening. And now today that's worth $1,000. And now to your point, now I don't own $1 million car. I can tell you right now, if someone offered me $1,000 for that tonight, I wouldn't sell it.
Wow.
I was going to offer 80.
Winning.
That is awesome, man.
So yeah, so that is considered one of the holy grails.
Wow. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. David, so I know you got to run right
Yes.
now, but so David, you're EOS Andy 1.
EOS Andy 1, yep.
Whatnot. So for people that are able to watch and listen to this live, please make sure you've got an account. He's going to be on his channel here in 5 minutes. And I'm partnering with, again, he goes by Rage and Diecast, but like I said, he's got a lot of other things. He's got a young family, a wife,
a job and some other things. So he has stepped just aside. I don't want to say away. Some people use the word away. I don't think it's a good word. Step aside here for a little while to really focus on this other stuff. And I've been fortunate enough to work with Jake here over the last couple 3-4 weeks while we just he was kind enough to do this with me. It's an honor to have him here, and I'm hoping that this this relationship helps him or helps him to do more. He's talking about the Pikes Peak event, that would be cool. So maybe you guys can hook him up so he can get some Pikes Peak content.
Yeah,
so,
come on down. We love it.
And again, that's the beauty, right? We take it from diecast to the real thing. All the thing we got to do is try to grow our wallets. So, well, I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna go get ready.
You got
Thank you
3
for having
minutes
me.
and 17, 16,
Yep, thank you.
15.
Yep.
I already have my son sweating, so
Yep.
thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, David. Jake. So I'm Jake. I'm excited to witness your show because I keep hearing how you yell.
Yeah, you got to get these people amped up, Like I alluded to earlier, for me, it's not, I'm not there selling cars. To be honest with you, the collections I get so cheap, they could sell for $1 and I'm still making money.
Okay.
But I just like to have fun and have fun with the people. So if I'm amped up, they get amped up and hopefully it gets their finger swiping so they're bidding. That's
Right.
the overall goal. But
And
yeah.
yours is on YouTube or is still on Whatnot?
no, yeah, I'm on Whatnot
Okay.
when I do sell. I had to
Okay.
step away to give David a chance to buy some of these collections around here.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm raging_diecast on Whatnot on Instagram and then Raging Diecast on YouTube.
So on Whatnot you're selling, and on YouTube you're interviewing.
So YouTube, I do multiple things. So I'm doing like podcasts with people in diecast. I have couple cool things coming up. Maybe a series of how diecast cars are made, like every step of the way. Maybe not set in stone yet, but I do that. I go to stores looking for super treasure hunts. We didn't get to that, but super treasure hunts, we got close to that with the chases. But looking for the more rare cars, which Mattel doesn't have, like David said, doesn't have an estimate. I estimate around maybe 1 in every 10 case has a super. It depends. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens before the cars get here, which seems to have some effect of that. But yeah, I'll do like what we call hunting videos, and then unboxing videos showing new stuff coming out. And car content. Yeah, I just do it all. So
I've heard David mentioned to me once before, and then someone brought him up during his show the other night. David's not into them, but I'm curious about the unspuns. So, and from what I understand, those are cars that are like stolen from the factory. Is that right? Like, so it's before they're riveted together. It's like a completed car, but the rivets aren't done, and so like workers would just stuff them in their pocket, walk home with them or whatever, and then before you know it, there's a Hot Wheel, that's out on the market that wasn't completed.
yeah,
I could be totally wrong on how I describe
no,
it.
you're completely right. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a proponent of anything illegitimate. So I don't like them. To me, it almost feels like, I'm wearing Jordans right now. It'd be like if I rolled up with some fake Jordans. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been shopping in you've been shopping in Hong Kong. Yeah, that's
I mean, they're legitimate, right? They're made in the factory, but I don't want to support anything that's not legitimate. So, but yeah, people will take them out of the factory, not riveted. But then there's other stuff that happens where somehow people are getting like all these chases and sending them, and I don't know where they're getting them from. But I would assume the cases that I'm not getting them from
Right.
are not when they're here.
right.
Hey, look, he's setting it up.
Is that
He-
I gotta put John's.
Put my thing back on.
You're still playing the video.
Live from Porsche, Colorado Springs.
Okay, now we have to talk a little quiet. I know, but I like Bearded Customs. He's got a Back to the Future DeLorean. Is that worth anything?
Live podcast. Me and Raging just finished up.
Depends on the one. There's a super treasure hunt Back to the Future DeLorean, and that's worth $150.
Okay, but he's got a great
Hover
car, though.
mode.
I mean, how many times have I walked past, the Hot Wheels in any store,
Yeah.
and not even thought twice about it, right? But now, I mean, now I've got a little bit better idea on what to look for. So
Yeah, we had a whole table laid out. We wanted to go through every step. We didn't have enough time for that. But yeah, there's supers, there's chases, there's other cool things. I know David brought up the Redline Club. That's super easy to join. It's $10 for a year to join the Redline Club, and then the cars are $30, $40 shipped, and those are going to be more of the collector grade cars.
right. That's awesome.
Lauren just joined the auction.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She's gonna be
Lauren.
swiping.
Swipe right,
Yeah.
Lauren.
Swipe right. Right.
I want to see John win something. Or do you have an account?
Yeah. I'm ready to bid.
All right. So he's got to get going here, and I'm so sorry, Jake. When do you need to get going on your end of it? Because I know you guys are doing this together thing.
Yeah, so pretty soon what I'm going to do, and this is kind of a cool feature of Whatnot too, is I'm going to hop off. I'm going to jump on my stream, so I'm going to fire up a stream too, and then I'm going to run a giveaway, get people in the room, and then I'm going to raid all of my people into EOS Andy, and then he'll basically take all of my viewers. And so, yeah, we're going to do that soon and hopefully get him some more viewers, and hopefully we have a couple more sellers do that for him as well.
Well, why don't we let you do that? We'll hang out here as he's getting set up. We'll just kind of watch it all happen and then start bidding and catch up with you guys in a few minutes.
Let's do it.
Yes. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you. This is crazy. This is pretty awesome.
I know, right?
They were able to.
There's a Modelo in the shot.
Oh man, this is wild.
I know. I wish I knew how to make the lapel mic work so we could have him on our show too.
I know exactly.
You can take all of these if you want. We're getting rated,
We're getting
taking
rated.
all of our cars,
Yeah, that's Landon. He's not allowed to be on the show because he's a minor.
something like that.
Oh my gosh. We also
How do I get? I'm going to enter the giveaway.
I guess for the first dibs thing,
Could I add a payment method?
we
Did I not do
happen to
that yet?
have a event that's happening in the new car showroom tonight. We have the Manhart Foundation. They're doing their annual winter gala. It's a big fundraiser. It's black tie. That's why we're not there. But that's happening in the new car showroom tonight. So that's super awesome. We really appreciate the Manhart Foundation for choosing to use our dealership for their big event venue. But they usually kind of go a little bit late. Ironic, we're going late tonight because
I want to see some stuff sell. I want to bid on it.
So he waits for people to get into the room. I might as well.
Yeah, join it in.
Here. Yeah. Starting live. Here we go. And there we are. So I'm in.
Don't you think this would work to sell cars?
Oh, totally. Oh, I got to turn this down so they don't pick it up. It's super cool. It's really addicting. And then, but yeah, like to David's point, I mean, you can build your dream garage. I mean, if you can sit down and watch some of this stuff, but it. That's pretty cool. He's talking about the inventory. Oh, now we can hear Jake in the background.
Jake's doing stuff too.
Nice.
Jeez.
This is the place to be.
I guess
we have
so.
A black tie party happening
Yeah.
next door.
We should
We've
go
got
down to that.
Multiple people selling diecast here in the showroom. First Dibs podcast is running late. We got people commenting now. Oh, what do we got here? VRT Barber. Landon's awesome. He's a great yeah, man. Absolutely. Landon is a great help. No, I'm not kidding. Like, I wish my kids listened as well as he does.
Yeah, right.
He's obviously a smart kid. And then
Ooh, a Carrera T. How do I swipe on that? What do I do?
do you have an account set up?
I think so.
Well, so once he starts the
I
auction.
got a wallet. Yeah, I got a Visa. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and then do delivery method. Go back to that.
Okay.
Put delivery method and put pickup in person.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Free pickup. Yeah. Because it turns out that David and I live.
I
like
love that I
5
just
minutes apart
broadcast
from each
my credit card number all across the internet. That's safe. Bid. I bid it. I bid it. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Oh, I'm winning.
What? I just bid.
I'm winning. Oh no. Oh, you are winning.
Carrera T is my favorite, man.
It is favorite. Yeah.
Did I win?
First dibs.
Yes.
First purchase.
First purchase. Look at that. Yes. Shit, yeah.
All right, Lauren, you're in trouble now.
Yeah.
You know that
That's really easy.
it's very easy. Yeah, yeah. And it
How much did I pay?
$8.
That's not bad. It's not a bad return. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at the Bergmeister.
Let's see here. It could, but you get hit with fees, and it might eat up some of the sales price.
Wait, another one?
Yeah. I think he's got
What the-
20 of them over there.
Now I gotta. Everybody else better pay $8 for that thing. Bid it up.
Oh man. Oh, Rio's a buyer.
All right.
Oh, I got it.
How
JT.
much did you pay?
I'm at 7.
Oh. Can you give away the trophy?
I won.
Can you show
Check it out. I won.
You did $1 better than me. What the heck?
It's cool, right? Wait
Yeah.
until he throws up like the yellow Carrera GTs. You know, I mean, look at that. Oh, giveaway. Get in on the giveaway. Oh, are you on the giveaway? You're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look at the Bergmeister trophy.
I know that thing's sick.
That is not available, everybody.
Maybe it is. Let's see. Started at 10 grand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's pretty cool. Are we still recording a
Yeah,
show?
we're still on.
All right.
I don't know if anybody's watching us.
No.
Everybody go watch the stream.
They should be watching Whatnot. They should be watching EOS
Yeah.
81, and then Raging Diecast. I think he's actually started his show.
Yeah.
So I'll have to check in on that guy. So EOS 81 is going to be doing his show for 90
Ooh,
minutes.
selecting winner.
Not me. Not me. Toy Slinger.
This feels rigged. I feel like they came down here just to take our money for some of the main
Right,
lines.
right,
Like,
yeah.
look at these chumps. They're new collectors. They're going to buy whatever we put up.
Right. Yeah. Let's see.
All right. I think.
Oh, card decline will happen on first purchase since the app.
Oh,
Did your card get
I don't
declined?
know. I hope not.
He'd call you out.
Yeah.
Because he's really good about that.
We'll give you a new one.
Yeah, he calls you out.
Another.
For those people, I hope she's big and gets a small one.
Mm-hmm.
It's more fun. It's way more fun that way.
All right. Let's end this.
Yep.
Nobody needs to listen to us listening to this.
Yeah, right. So for the First Dibs podcast from inside Porsche Colorado Springs,
Yeah. Thanks to David and Jake.
absolutely
was
super
pretty fun.
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna hang out and watch, and then I'll check
Yeah.
on